Daniel is a very handsome young man, from a rich family. He is so handsome, that every lady who knows him, in the streets, fell instantly for his charming appearance. His pocket is also handsome, because he never lacked money. Daniel was the one in charge of his father's multi-billion-dollar businesses, as the old man had retired, so he never lacked anything good. Girls were therefore ready to be at his beck and call. Even the ones he never wanted fell for him, and were eager to come home, and wash his clothes for free. He was 25 when his mother, and father, announced to him, that time had come for him to get married. He was their only child, and they could not wait, because they saw him as the heir, that must keep the family tree growing. Daniel was aware that his family would pressure him to get married early, so he was always prepared for the pressure. He was therefore not surprised when his mother and father called him into their living room, and told him to start getting ready for the grand wedding. However, what shocked him was that his parents had handpicked a woman he was expected to marry.
"There is someone we want you to meet. I am very sure she will make a perfect wife for you. I'm 100% sure you will love this lady. She is a damsel, and his family is well-to-do. You know you cannot just get married to someone from a poor background. You know who you are, and you are aware you cannot marry a riff-raff. We are your parents, and we are in the best position to decide what's best for our only son."
Yes, my son, your mother is absolutely right. Your bride-to-be will arrive in Nigeria tomorrow, and the two of you will be introduced. She is a US-trained lawyer, and from a wealthy background. We consider her a perfect match for you, because wealth is built strategically. Darkness and light has nothing to do together. Birds of the same feather must always flock together. Wealthy children should intermarry to preserve wealth. You are my only son, and I can't allow you make marital mistake. That is why I and your mother went far and wide to pick this bride for you. I urge you to prepare to receive her as she arrives tomorrow. Congratulations in advance, son.
Mom, Dad, thank you very much for your choice of a wife for me. Although I have not seen her, I'm convinced that when I see her tomorrow, I will like her. The two of you have never disappointed me, and I will never disobey you. I believe in your wisdom, and I promise to respect the choice you made for me. When this woman arrives tomorrow, I will personally go to the airport to pick her up.
Good.
I will like to go to bed now.
All right, son.
Good night. Laura, who I have known since I was a teenager. In fact, I have lived and grown up with Laura. I can't stay a day without thinking about her. It was because of her I had refused to travel abroad for my college education. Instead, I told my parents that I will live to study here in Nigeria, and they agreed. I have dreamt of getting married to Laura one day, but I am aware of the obstacles. Laura is our housemaid and my parents will not allow us get married. I passionately loved Laura, not just because of her beauty, but because of her humility and good heart. I'm not sure I can live happily without Laura in my life. How am I going to cope? I can't even live a day without seeing her. Now, my parents want me to marry another woman, all in the name of preserving wealth and family name. I'm not sure I will be able to do this.
He was heartbroken, because he is aware that his parents don't issue threats, they are capable of forcing him to do exactly what they want. He was unable to take it, so he stood up from the bed and proceeded to the boys' quarters in the compound, as that was where Laura lived. Laura is an orphan, and she had come to live with Daniel's parents after her parents passed away many years ago. She was not adopted, but she was taken from the orphanage and put under the care of Daniel's parents. Daniel had fallen deeply in love with her, and they became inseparable. They had managed to keep their relationship a top secret.
What is the problem, my love?
My parents want me to get married.
Thank God. So we can now live together as husband and wife without hiding from anyone. I'm tired of hiding the fact that I'm in love with you. I can't wait for our wedding day, so that I can declare it to the whole world that you are the love of my life. The news you just brought is the best thing I have heard today.
I'm not going to marry you. My parents have already chosen a wife for me, and I can't say no to them.
What did you just say?
I said they have chosen a bride for me, and she is arriving the country tomorrow from the US, and I'm supposed to marry her. The wedding date has already been fixed. I'm sad and confused right now, but the worst is that I can't reject her. I can't say no to my parents.
Why can't you say no to them? You are a grown man. You and I have come a long way. You cannot just leave me in the middle of nowhere. I can't live my life without you.
I understand, my love. I know all these things, but my hands are tied. I can't stop this from happening.
Why? Is it because I'm a housemaid? Is it because I'm an orphan? Is it because I'm not from a rich home? Why do you want to treat me this way?
Those things mean nothing to me, but they certainly mean a lot to my parent. But don't worry, I have a plan. You and I will still end up getting married. Just follow my instructions, and do exactly as I say. You are the one I love, and I can't leave you. This is a very beautiful lady. I guess my parents know what I like. She looks delectable, elegant and confident. But the question is, will her character be as beautiful as her face? I hope she has a good character. Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm here to pick you up. I'm guessing you must have seen me in many pictures. Of course, I have seen you in pictures too, and I must confess, you are more beautiful physically than you are in the photos I have seen. As I have learned from my parents, we are supposed to get married in few weeks' time.
Where is your car? I'm feeling very hot, and I cannot stand under this scorching sun and talk. Please, can you show me your car? And I hope there is a good air conditioner in your car. Because I won't ride in a shabby jalopy. Take me to your car at once. Please, be fast about it. If you don't have a car, you can quickly let me know, so I can call my driver to come pick me up.
Of course, I have a car. An expensive one at that. You don't have to worry, because I have brought a car specially to pick you up. Please, let's just walk to the parking lot, so I can drive you home with all pleasure.
I cannot walk under the sun. You have to drive the car to this place and pick me up. Why are you asking me to walk? Do you not have respect? Do you want the hot sun to damage my skin? I don't walk under the sun. Go right now and drive the car to this place. If you waste one more minute, I will call my driver. I'm tired of this dirty airport. Everyone here is smelling, and I can't wait to leave.
Calm down, Daniel. You can handle this as the gentleman you are. You have never hit a woman, and you cannot start now. You have never shouted at a woman, and you cannot start now. You are a gentleman, and it is not good to raise your voice at a woman in a public place. Calm down, Daniel, and go to the parking lot, and drive the car to where Amelia is. Okay. Just walk down a little, let me bring the car. I can't bring the car to this exact spot. Come on, let's go.
I cannot ride in that car.
Why don't you want to ride home in this car? Is there anything wrong? Have I offended you? I mean, we are just meeting for the first time, and I can't think of any reason why you would refuse to ride in my car. What is the matter?
The car is dirty, cheap and of low quality. I only use Ferrari. If you don't have a Ferrari, I'm sorry, I cannot ride with you. I will call my driver to bring my Ferrari and pick me up. You don't have to worry, I will join you in your father's house, and the introduction will still happen as planned. But you see that car? I'm not using it.
The car you are calling dirty is brand new. I just bought it last week, and it cost me a lot of money. It's not cheap. Please, hop into the car, let's go home together. I mean, I have come here to pick you up. There is no point calling your driver to the airport, while I'm here for the same purpose.
Daniel was still pleading with Amelia to use the car, when suddenly, a beautiful Ferrari drove into the VIP area, and Amelia hopped in within a twinkling of an eye, and the car drove off.
I will die early, if this woman becomes my wife.
Daniel said to himself, as he drove into his father's compound. Amelia was already there, sleeping in the guest room, and waiting for the introduction ceremony. Her parents were expected to arrive later in the evening. It promises to be an interesting day. Laura, Daniel's girlfriend, the housemaid, has been instructed to prepare special food for the introduction event. She plans to ruin the event out of jealousy.
If I do this, will it be the right thing? If I succeed in killing her, what purpose would that serve? I may be arrested, and this would ruin my chances of finally getting married to Daniel. No, I won't do this. It's better to be patient than to be desperate. Desperation leads to destruction. The Bible consistently speaks against unlawful killing, emphasizing the sanctity of life. One of the clearest statements is in the Ten Commandments, where God says, "You shall not murder," Exodus 20:13, Deuteronomy 5:17. I need to trust Daniel, as he has promised to marry me in the end. I don't know the plan he has yet, but I will trust and follow through with him, instead of doing something that could jeopardize our future. I will keep calm, and do whatever I'm asked to do as the housemaid.
Laura was in the kitchen preparing assorted meals for the introduction event. She had bought rat poison, which she planned to sprinkle on the food she was going to serve Amelia, but she quickly decided against the idea. She hid it in her handbag, and trashed it later. I can't imagine that I will be the one cooking the food to be served during the introduction ceremony of my boyfriend to his fiancée. Isn't that weird? When he said he was getting married, I was happy that I would be his chosen bride, not knowing that I'm actually the rejected stone. I'm sad and I feel dejected. I wonder why I did not come from a rich family. Whatever happens in this life, I must defeat poverty. Why is my food not ready? What have you been doing since morning? Were you not aware that I'm supposed to eat when I land in Nigeria? Were you not aware that food was supposed to be waiting for me at the dining, immediately I stepped into this house? Were you not told I was coming? Are you so lazy that you cannot cook simple fried rice? Why are you not talking? Are you deaf and dumb? Are you not the chef hired to cook for me? I'm the housemaid, not the chef. You are not qualified to cook for me. You are not qualified to be in this kitchen, not now, and not after my wedding to Daniel. I'm qualified to cook, ma'am. I have been cooking for Sir and Madam for many years, and they have never rejected my food. In fact, they have referred to me as the best cook in the world. How dare you talk back at me? How dare you question my sense of judgment? Are you saying I don't know what I'm saying? I'm saying you cannot cook for me, and you are saying you know how to cook. Where did you learn how to cook? Which culinary school did you attend? Let this be the first and last time you will talk back at me. I'm the new madam of the house. And from today henceforth, you are going to do exactly as I say. Have I made myself clear? Amelia asked with a thundering voice that attracted Daniel, who was resting in the living room. He quickly rushed into the kitchen, to know what the matter was.
Now, what are you cooking that was taking so long? I'm preparing fried rice and chicken, which I was told is your favorite food. I want the fried rice served to me within the next 1 hour. You know what will happen to you if you fail. Hurry up, I'm really hungry. You said you can cook, right? Let me see what you can do. I will send you out of this house if the food does not taste the way I like. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What happened? Why is she ranting?
She slapped me.
Why did she slap you? Has she gone mad or something?
Daniel asked, yelling loudly. He wanted to storm out of the kitchen to go and confront Amelia, but Laura held him back.
I don't want you to pick up a fight with her. Remember, today is your introduction ceremony, and I don't want anything to ruin the day for the family. I just want you to promise me that I will still be your wife in the end. Just promise me you won't spend the rest of your life with that monster. Even if you don't marry me, make sure you don't end up with her. If you make the mistake of getting married to her, you will be miserable all your life.
Later that night, after the introduction ceremony, Amelia went to Daniel's room to look for him, but he was not there. As usual, he had gone to spend the night with Laura in her room.
I know she will be looking for me now. Poor thing, she must be thinking I'm in love with her, not knowing I have my own plans. She must be thinking I will be her husband, not knowing I'm going to disappoint her.
But wait, how do you plan to disappoint her? You have agreed to marry her in front of the two families. A wedding date has been fixed, and preparations are ongoing. What are you planning to do about it? What is the plan? Can you let me know about it?
The plan will remain a secret until the right time.
Okay.
Come, let's pray before we sleep.
All right.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for guiding us through this day, and for your constant presence in our life. As we lay down to rest, we cling to your promise in Psalm 4:8. In peace we will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make us dwell in safety. Lord, calm our heart and mind, and grant us sweet sleep, just as you have said in Proverbs 3:24. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. As we rest tonight, we place our trust in you, our refuge and fortress, as spoken in Psalm 91:1-2. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. We will say of the Lord, He is our refuge and our fortress, our God, in whom we trust. Thank you for your unfailing love, and for watching over us. Protect us through the night, and fill our heart with peace. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Where did you sleep last night? Don't lie to me. I checked your room last night, and you were nowhere to be found. Where were you? Remember, I said you must not lie to me. If you lie to me, I will still find out the truth. Where did you sleep? Tell me at once.
I slept with a friend. I was with my friend. What's the matter? Why are you jittery?
Why didn't you tell me you were not going to sleep at home? Don't I have the right to know your movement? We are supposed to get married, and I think the least you should have done was to let me know where you were going to pass the night. You just disappeared after the ceremony, and no one could account for your whereabouts. I think that's rude, and I will not take that kind of behavior from you the next time you try it.
Amelia was talking loudly, and her voice attracted the attention of Daniel's mother, who rushed to the scene. When she arrived, Amelia stormed out, as if she did not see the old woman.
Why is she angry? Why is she shouting that loud? Did you offend her or did anything wrong happen?
I think you should ask her. She would be in the best position to tell everyone what is eating her up. By the way, Mother, I don't know the kind of woman you brought into this house to be my wife. She is rude, irreverent, and I can't stand her. She talks to me as if I'm a child. Can you please ask her what her problem is?
Why don't you ask her yourself? I mean, she is your fiancé, and the two of you can talk things out romantically like lovers.
She doesn't listen to anyone, and she also does not allow me to talk. She just shouts like a lunatic. Can you believe she slapped the house help? Honestly, Mom, if I'm getting married to that woman, it is going to be out of respect for you and Dad. Because if you ask me, that is not the kind of monster I would want to spend the rest of my life with.
Daniel, my son, we carefully picked this girl for you, because like we have already told you, we have to preserve our wealthy family ties. Do you know who that lady is? Her father is the Senate president. Her father and your father are friends, and we are using the marriage as the opportunity to cement our relationship, and preserve wealth from generation to generation. If you get married to a poor woman, she will have nothing to contribute to our lineage. A poor woman will be a liability to you and the family.
Mom, do you love me? Tell me the truth. Do you love me?
Of course I do. I love you with all my heart. I carried you in my womb for 9 whole months, and nurtured you to become a man. I love you with my whole heart, son.
No, Mom, you don't love me. Because if you love me, you won't be pushing me to fall into a deadly trap. If you love me, you won't be pushing me to marry that woman. The truth is that since she stepped into this compound, my happiness disappeared. As a matter of fact, I don't love her. I feel nothing for her.
Shut up your mouth. Do you know what love means? Love means money, and let me tell you. Your father says he will strip you of all inheritance, if you reject the woman we chose for you. That means you will inherit nothing from him. Now tell me, are you ready to walk away from all the wealth in this family? I will advise you to make your choice carefully. Amelia is the best woman for you. I will not allow you to marry a riff-raff. I'm out of here.
What am I going to do?
The clock in Daniel's room chimed 6 p.m. He arose from his bed where he has been resting all day, and went to the bathroom to take his shower. It was his first bathe of the day. In fact, he had not even brushed his teeth, as anger had overtaken him, since the early morning quarrels he had with Amelia, when he came out from Laura's room. He quickly tidied up, put on a glittering black suit, and a bow tie, indicating that he wanted to go out and have fun with Amelia. When he was done, he stepped into the guest room where Amelia was sitting, and watching TV.
I want to take you out.
Where do you want to take me to?
I want to take you to a special place full of fun. I promise you, you will like it, and by tomorrow, you will be begging me to take you out again. Please, don't refuse my offer. Just say yes and follow my lead.
Daniel said, as he extended a hand to Amelia. After a moment of reluctance, and playing hard to get, Amelia took Daniel's hand. He pulled her up from the chair. Soon, they were on their way to where the car was parked. When they got there, Daniel opened the door, and Amelia got in like a queen. Daniel was surprised that she agreed to ride in the car she had rejected the day she landed in the country from the United States. He was happy that at last, it seemed he was doing something that Amelia liked. He wanted to make her relaxed, and to feel at home, so that he could execute the plan he has for Laura, without Amelia poke-nosing every now and then in their affairs.
I'm glad we are going out. I promise you, the place we are going to is full of fun. I'm glad you agreed to follow me. Do you know this town very well? I mean, did you grow up here? I actually grew up here, and I know every nook and cranny of the city. I could show you around before we get to the fun place I'm taking you to. Do you want to see the town? Please sit here, while I get you a cup of iced cream as an appetizer. What flavor of ice cream do you like? Okay.
He felt embarrassed when Amelia said nothing. He decided on his own to buy her a vanilla ice cream, and luckily for him, she accepted it.
Is there any other thing you would like to have? What kind of woman comes to a fun place with you, and refuses to say a word?
Daniel kept wondering what next to do. The whole place became very boring for him, as he was just talking alone.
Can we leave now?
He immediately regretted bringing Amelia to the restaurant. However, he decided that he was still going to accomplish the reason why they came to the restaurant in the first place. He wanted to formally propose marriage to Amelia. He put his hand into the inner pocket of the suit, and whipped out the diamond ring he had bought for $2,000, and extended it to Amelia, while kneeling down.
Will you marry me, Amelia? I will like to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you please accept to be my wife and the mother of my future kids?
Daniel asked, hoping for a positive answer. His parents had threatened to disinherit him, if he failed to get married to Amelia. His plan was to get her engaged, and follow through with the wedding arrangement, but with no actual intention to marry Amelia. His father had promised to hand over all documents to his assets to him a day before the wedding. He had already signed the documents, and transferred the wealth to him, but the old man was still holding on to the papers, insisting that it was tied to his marriage with Amelia. Daniel's plan was to take Laura with him, and disappear immediately after getting the documents. That was why he was trying to get Amelia engaged officially, because the wedding plans had started. He wanted everything to feel normal until 24 hours to the wedding, when he would get the documents and vanish. Daniel's father owned multi-billion-dollar investments, and he did not want to lose access to his father's wealth. He is convinced that his plan of disappearing with Laura would work out, but it now depends on the corporation he would receive from Amelia. He wanted to secure Amelia's trust, so that she would not ruin his plan. Incessant poke-nosing.
Please, don't say no. Please, marry me and be my wife.
I'm out of here.
Daniel was so embarrassed, he put the ring back into his pocket, and rushed after Amelia. However, before Daniel came out of the restaurant, Amelia already called her driver, and they were driving off in her Ferrari.
What is wrong with this woman? What kind of demon is she possessed with? Let me chase after her. If she is not here to marry me, I have to find out why she is here. Why did she reject my marriage proposal? Why has she rebuffed every romantic advance I made towards her, since she arrived in the compound? Why is she so angry, bitter like bitter leaf? There must be a reason for all these negative emotions she has been showcasing since her arrival in the compound.
It was not long before the two cars negotiated the narrow street road, and drove into the large compound. As soon as the Ferrari came to a stop, Amelia stepped out and rushed into the main building, in a manner that suggested she was extremely angry and sad. Daniel too stepped out of the car and followed Amelia closely. However, before he got to the guest room, she had entered and shut the door tightly.
Amelia, please open the door. I just want to talk to you on something very important. I promise you I'm not here to fight. I just want us to talk things out. Open the door, Amelia, or else, I will force it open. I have to talk to you. It's important for us to talk. I'm not angry that you rejected my proposal, I just want us to talk about it. I just want to know why, and I'm not here to fight with you. Please open the door without further delay.
For about 10 minutes, he stood there talking to Amelia with a calm voice, trying to reassure her and convince her that he was ready to listen to her, if she needed someone to confide in. Daniel was nearly leaving, when Amelia opened the door and allowed him into the guest room. She invited him to sit closely with her.
Please feel free and sit down. I promise you, I'm not a monster, and I will not harm you.
Thank God you said you were not a monster, because I was beginning to refer to you as one. I was beginning to think you were possessed with some kind of demon that makes you act in an erratic way. But now that you are telling me you are not a monster, then there must be some sort of explanation to the way you have been behaving since you arrived in this house. Is there something you would like to talk about? I assure you, all of us have problems, just that we don't allow it to take over our lives and determine our daily behaviors. Is there something you would like to tell me? Trust me, I will open my mind and listen to you, and I'm not going to judge you. What is the matter, Amelia? Why are you crying? Just talk to me. I'm all ears. What is the matter? Share your problems with me, because a problem shared is a problem solved.
I don't love you. I mean, I don't feel anything for you. Please don't get me wrong, I just can't help it, and I can't keep lying to myself anymore. I don't love you. I have tried to pretend, but I couldn't. I tried to hide the truth that I feel nothing for you, and I couldn't. If I marry you, I will be miserable for the rest of my life. Certainly, you are a good person, but I just don't feel anything strong for you that would make me marry you. That's why I have not been happy since I came into Nigeria.
Why are you here then? Why did you come to my house if you don't love me? Why did you agree to embark on the introduction, and why did you allow a wedding date to be fixed when you know you are not happy to settle down with me as your husband?
My parents put me into this false show of love. I'm ashamed to confess it, but, look Daniel, my mother and father forced me to accept you. They want me to marry into a rich home. They said birds of the same feather must flock together. My father made it clear that your father has been his friend for a long time, and that they want the two families to become in-laws, to preserve generational wealth. I was shattered when I was told I have no right to make my own marital decisions. I was told I cannot marry the person I love, because his family does not have money. This is the source of my sadness. The worst part is that my father has threatened to disown me if I refuse to get married to you. I mean, how do you expect me to be happy, when I have been told to abandon the man I love, because he does not have money? I don't know what to do. I have to tell you the truth, so that you will not start thinking I'm a monster. I'm actually a very good person, even if I have to say that myself. I cannot even hurt a fly. But the truth is that love is not forced, it flows on its own. I can't keep deceiving myself and lying to you. The truth is that I don't love you, and my parents are forcing me to marry you, because they don't want me to marry the poor man that I love. Daniel, please wait. Don't feel sad. It is just the truth. Please, wait, let's talk about this. It's not my fault. My parents asked me to come here. I did not intend to lie to you or to break your heart. My parents forced me into this mess. I'm sorry I broke your heart. It was never my intention to enter your life in the first place. This was why I refused to show any deep emotion since I arrived. I'm sorry I have to repeat it again, but I don't love you. It's just the truth. My parents put me into this situation. I have never broken any heart since I became old enough to date. Instead, it is my own heart that has always been broken repeatedly. Your heart will be the first heart I will break, because I can't help it. I can't marry a man I don't love, and who I barely know, simply because my selfish parents want me to marry into a rich family. It's true your family is rich, and you might even be a nice guy, but the bigger truth is that I don't love you. Forgive me if I have hurt you. Please talk to me. I want to hear you out. Were you having some hopes that you were going to marry me? I thought I have given you enough reasons to believe I was never interested in this whole thing. Since I arrived in this compound, I have raised several red flags, hoping you would pick up the message and dump me by yourself, but I think you have missed it all along. I have been dropping cryptic message after message to let you know I'm not romantically involved with you, but you have probably not paid any attention. From the day my parents told me I must agree to be your wife, I lost my happiness because I love another man. They rejected him because he is from a poor background. They vowed to stop giving me money until I agreed to get married to you. They vowed to stop paying my school fees in USA, until I accepted to be your wife, even though I have only seen you in pictures. I had no money, and I was not working, so there was no way I could pay the expensive school fees myself. These are part of the reasons I accepted to marry you, but since a few weeks ago, it has become clear that I cannot keep telling myself lies. I feel nothing for you, and if we end up getting married, you will not enjoy me. Please talk to me. We have to figure out what to do because I cannot marry you, and my parents wouldn't allow me into the house either. You have to help me out. I'm sure you don't want to end up getting married to a sad woman who would end up becoming an unquenchable trouble and fire in your house. Yes, if I end up getting married to you, I will be very troublesome because I don't love you. Please, help me to escape this marriage. I don't want it, and I don't want my parents to send me away either. Are you going to help me or not?
I will help you.
My goodness. Thanks very much for forgiving me. I was wrong, because I should have let you know the moment I stepped into the compound that I was not interested in getting married to you. Now, I have allowed you to get yourself emotionally entangled with me before letting you know what I feel about you, and the whole marriage thing.
The truth is that I feel the same way about you. I don't love you. In fact, I have been the saddest person on earth, since the day I learned I must marry you.
What did you just say? You mean you were in the same situation as me?
Yes, we are in the same situation. Your confession of not being in love with me was actually a huge relief. My parents forced me to accept you as a bride. I have a girlfriend whom I love so much, and was planning to marry, before I got the shocking news that there was already a bride waiting for me. My father has threatened to disinherit me if I refused to get married to you. I didn't know what to do, and I was just tagging along to see if a miracle would happen. And now, the miracle has happened. I'm the happiest man on earth today.
This means we have the same kind of parents, who are obsessed with having rich in-laws. This is insane, and I can't wait to see their plans fall flat. How can you force two young people who feel nothing for each other to get married? It is an act of wickedness. What are we going to do? There must be something to be done to help us out of this situation.
I have a good plan. I want you to follow my lead. If we implement the plan well, we will win, and you will get married to your boyfriend, and I, to my girlfriend. Now that it is clear that the two of us are in the same situation, the problem is half solved.
Who is your girlfriend? Can you tell me? Who is the girl that has stolen your heart? Who is the girl you want to marry? I promise, if you tell me, I will keep it a secret, and I will also tell you who I want to marry. I mean, I will tell you the man I'm in love with.
I want to trust that you are not going to betray me, so, I'm going to tell you. Since we are now working together towards a common goal, I'm really no longer scared that you will leak my secret.
Meanwhile, Daniel's mother was watching them from the first floor of the main building, and she was happy that at last, the two young people were getting along. She did not know what was going on. All she saw was their wild laughter, but she knew nothing of the real plans in their hearts. Daniel and Amelia maintained that positive outward disposition throughout the period they were planning what to do. Because of that, it became hard for them to be suspected.
You should rest assured that your secret is safe with me. Besides, I'm also going to tell you the person I intend to marry, so you got nothing to fear.
Amelia said, taking a sip from the glass of wine in her hand. She placed the wine on the table, and crossed her legs confidently, waiting for Daniel to spill the beans. Just then, Laura, the housemaid, arrived to deliver a bottle of groundnuts, which Daniel had requested. As she dropped the bottle and was leaving, Daniel pointed at her, and told Amelia that Laura was the woman who stole his heart. Laura had turned to look at Daniel jealously, indicating she was not happy seeing that her boyfriend was chilling with another woman, and she had nothing to do about it.
That is my girlfriend. I mean, I will swim and die with her. She stole my heart from the very day she came into this house to serve as a maid. I can never be able to live without her. That is the woman my parents want me to leave. Thanks to God, their plans never worked.
What? Are you serious? My goodness, she's so beautiful. I think I have to apologize to you for slapping her the other day. I'm ashamed of that action. I'm going to personally apologize to her. Wow, I'm impressed. How have you been able to keep the whole thing as a secret all these years?
It takes a lot of planning and love. Believe me, love can conquer anything. We love each other, and that has kept us strong. My parents are not aware of our relationship, and I'm sure no one else knows.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. So, your turn. Who is your boyfriend? Who has stolen your heart?
My boyfriend is my driver.
Now I know that you really can't choose who you love. Love is like a seed from an exploded pod. It can germinate anywhere it falls. Wow, babe, you are really very courageous. When did you two start dating?
We fell in love 2 years ago. It happened immediately. My dad hired him to drive me. He looked so handsome, that I found it hard to resist him when he asked me to be his girlfriend.
You mean he asked you out?
Yes, he did. He is very brave despite the fact that he does not have money, and from a poor home. But, I guess I already fell in love with him, even before he asked me out. I was already dying for him to be my man, before he finally took me to a restaurant one night and told me how much he loved me. He took me to a very local restaurant where he spent only $10 for 2 of us, but I tell you, that night remains my most cherished night in terms of love and dating. I mean, everything was just so real, and he did not fake it. I could see that he lacked money, but he genuinely loved me. I have had so many heartbreaks with the rich guys I dated, but with Matthew, I found rest. Matthew is the love of my life, and he is the one I want to settle down with.
So, all these while that you kept calling your driver to come pick you up, that's actually your boyfriend. You are a genius in this game. Even more strategic than me.
No, you are more strategic. Imagine dating the housemaid in your house, and no one knows. You are a 5-star general in this game of secret love.
But the more important thing now is to execute our plan. Here's what I want us to do, since we are now on the same page. Your fiancé is poor, and mine is also poor. What if we empower them and bring them to the standard that our parents like? Let's give them money to run their own businesses, and become independent and rich, so that when our parents see them, they will respect them. What do you think?
Let's do it. I have $10,000 I have been saving for a long time. I will give all of it to Matthew. I can do anything for him.
If you give him the money yourself, you will make him feel bad. You will injure his ego. You know you are a woman, and he is the man. Don't worry, I will make him my friend, and you will give me the money to give to him. This will protect his ego, and your relationship, because in our culture, you are supposed to look up to him, and not him looking up to you.
Okay, what of your girlfriend? What are you going to do for Laura?
She is a trained tailor. I will open a fashion house for her with $10,000 as well.
There is something I want to suggest. You have to tell Matthew and Laura that you are borrowing them the money. Tell them they have to return it, so that they will look after it prudently.
You are right. Also, I will suggest you let Matthew go. He should no longer be your driver. Let him disappear and stop visiting your house, so that he will have some respect before your parents when he finally becomes rich. I will also tell my parents to sack Laura, so that she will go and establish her life in readiness to marry me.
Okay. I have been sacked by your parents. I don't know what I did. Your mum and dad just told me they don't want my services anymore. I'm shattered because this is the only job I have, and there is no way I can feed myself if I'm not working. The worst part is that they did not even tell me what I did wrong. They just asked me to leave the compound within 24 hours. Is that right? Isn't that cruel? After so many years of service, they have just thrown me out like a common criminal. I'm shattered.
What? I was not aware of this development. How come my parents sacked you without letting me know about it first?
I have no house of my own, and I have no parents to go to. Where am I going to live now? How can I get another job? I don't even have any educational qualification, apart from my tailoring skills. Even if I say I want to start a tailoring shop, how am I going to get the money to pay for the shop rent, and to buy the equipment? I never saw this ugly development coming, and I did not plan for it. I'm in serious trouble right now.
Don't worry, everything will be fine. I will make sure you don't suffer even if you are no longer staying here, and working for my parents. Just trust me, I will make things right.
How can you make things right? The moment I leave this compound, you will follow another woman. I was thinking a miracle would happen, and I will marry you, but look at where I'm now. I guess this is the end of our relationship. Let me pack my things and go and live in the street where I truly belong. I was having a childish dream. Nothing will ever make us to get married, especially now that your parents have asked me to go.
Maybe there could be a way out of this mess. What if I gave you money to start your tailoring shop? I have been meaning to tell you about the fact that life could be better for you if you start your own business outside this compound. But I guess this is the perfect opportunity for me to tell you my plans for you.
What do you mean? What plans do you have? Will the plan lead to you getting married to me? If that is not the end result, just forget about it, because I'm not interested.
Of course, it would lead to marriage between the two of us. But you have to establish yourself first.
Establish myself? With which money? I just lost my job, and you are talking of establishing myself. I can't even afford a place to lay my head, and you are talking of starting a business.
I have $10,000 for you. I'm going to transfer it to your account this night. Just take it, go ahead and build a profitable business for yourself. It's a loan, but you can pay me back any time your business succeeds in standing strong. Please, don't reject this offer. It is from my heart. I'm doing it because I love you, and I don't want you to remain like this. Build a business for yourself, earn some self-respect. As for our relationship, it stands strong. You are the only woman I love.
Are you serious? Are you paying me off? Don't you want to see me again? Your parents just sacked me, and you are offering me money to go. It's like you are offering me money to leave the compound and never return. How do you think that would make me feel? I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking that you maintain the love you have for me, even as I leave this compound. That's all.
The love is still intact. I still love you with all my heart.
What about Amelia? Are you going to throw her away? She is here to marry you, isn't it? When are you going to tell her you have another girl?
She does not love me. She has told me so. She said her parents forced her to be my bride. This means I and Amelia are in the same situation, and we have agreed not to get married. She has a boyfriend. Her driver, that's the person she wants to marry, and she is not ready to let go of him, just as I'm not going to let go of you.
Really? Are you sure you are not telling me lies?
It's the truth. You remain my love forever. No one can replace you, Laura. I promise you that. Just take the money, build your life away from this compound, and I will marry you. It's the best for you.
Thank you so much. May God Almighty continue to bless you.
Amen. I want to take you out. Amelia has invited the two of us to a restaurant in the town. She is coming with her boyfriend as well. She said she wants you to be there, so she can apologize for slapping you the other day. Meanwhile, I have made the transfer to you. You now have $10,000 in your account.
Thank you so much.
Come on, let's go and meet them.
Welcome, Laura. I have been eager to meet you on a different circumstance, so that I could apologize for slapping you the other day. Please, forgive me. That was irrational, and believe me, it is not in my character to treat people in a bad way. Please, forgive my erratic behavior. I promise, such a thing would never happen again. I'm sure Daniel must have explained to you why I behaved the way I did. I'm a very gentle person, and I can't even hurt a fly. Please, there is no need explaining. Even on my own, I later figured out that there must be a reason why you slapped me. We are now friends, and there is no need to apologize to me. At least, we are now on the same page, planning for the way forward. I'm so happy to be here today.
She slapped you.
Yes, she did, but the whole thing is now in the past. We are friends now.
I can't believe you slapped someone. Were you drunk? What were you thinking?
Yes, I was drunk with anger. Come on, I was being forced to marry a man I didn't love. Everyone I saw in that house made me angry. I just took out my anger on her, since she was the only one I could hurt and get away with it. But I'm happy she perfectly understand what I was going through.
I was going through the same thing. But I didn't slap anyone.
All of them laughed, and the matter died there. After formal introduction of everyone, they ate, drank, and formalized the plan.
We are going to convince our parents to give a 6 months gap before the wedding between me and Amelia. Within those 6 months, you people would have settled down in your respective businesses and accord places to lay your heads. The plan is that our parents will all along think that I and Amelia are the ones getting married, but I will end up getting married to Laura, and Matthew will marry Amelia. We are not going to do a church wedding, because if it is church wedding, it will not work. We will only do court wedding, which is simpler, and has no complications.
But how are we going to do it? Won't your parents find out before the wedding?
Who is going to tell them? Are you going to tell them our secret plans? We will make them to believe the wedding plan will be for me and Amelia. But in actual sense, it is between me and Laura, and between Matthew and Amelia. They will only find out on the wedding day. Every one of us must keep our mouths shut about the marriage registry we are going to use. A friend of mine works at the registry, so I'm going to contact him to help us plan the whole thing. The 4 of us will be wedded in the same venue. Right before our parents, it will happen, and they will have nothing to do about it.
But don't we need their consent? What of payment of bride price? Won't they find out on the day of payment of bride price?
There will be no payment of bride price before the court wedding, because the wedding will not happen in Nigeria. It is going to be a destination wedding. Our families are very rich, and they will provide money for everything. All of us are going to fly to USA for the wedding. As I told you, I already have a friend who works at a marriage registry in USA. In USA, questions are not asked about bride price. All we need is the consent of the partners, and it will be done even if our parents say no. They are going to be there all the same, but it would be too late for them to stop us.
Everyone on the desk nodded their heads and sipped their wine.
You were a genius.
Here is the plan in summary. The wedding plan will go on as if I'm going to marry Amelia. But the actual plan is for me to marry Laura, and for Matthew to marry Amelia. We will convince our parents to visit the USA, where the wedding would take place. No one should know the actual court we are using as wedding venue, until that day. No payment of bride price. We can do this later after we succeed, and return to Nigeria.
How are you going to convince your parents and Amelia's parents to visit the US? How will you do it without telling them the reason you are taking them to USA?
That's a good question. Amelia, have you formally graduated from the university in the US? I mean, is everything concluded?
The only thing left is for me to be sworn in, as a member of the bar. I'm waiting for the results of the bar exam I sat for. You know I studied law, so, I will be formally inducted into the legal profession in 6 months' time. It is a formal ceremony that makes me a lawyer qualified to practice in USA. I will need to go back to the US for the ceremony.
That's perfect. We will use that opportunity. Your parents, and my parents will attend the ceremony. Every one of us will attend to wish you well, but the actual plan is to use that opportunity and get married to the love of our lives. We are set. The plan is hatched. We move, guys. God is with us in this journey. See how things are falling into places for us. Now, the two of you must plan your lives well. Start your businesses, and utilize the money given to you. Build your confidence, and get ready for the journey. Myself and Amelia will continue the rest of the plan. Your own is just to keep your mouths shut, and develop your life, become a better person, and earn your respect among men. You now have money, and you are no longer mere servants.
Hello Laura, how are you?
You know, I took your phone number after the dinner we had at the restaurant the other day. I decided to call and say hi to you today. How is everything?
Hello Matthew. Thanks very much for calling me. It has been a while. I have not seen you since we had the dinner that night. You took my number, and I didn't take yours. I would have called since. But everything is perfectly fine here. I have started my tailoring business. And everything is moving fine. In fact, I have made a lot of profit from the $10,000 given to me by Daniel.
It has been 3 months since I started the business, and I can tell you that things are moving fine.
I got a contract that changed my life.
What about you? Have you started your own business? Is it moving well? Are you making profit?
Which profit? I did not start any business, my dear. It is a long story, but to cut the whole thing short, I did not get the money as promised. The $10,000 I was promised that day did not reach my hand.
I'm surprised and shocked to hear this. My boyfriend Daniel said the money would hit your account. What happened? Please, can you make me understand?
Daniel never lies to me, because that night, I got my own money, and the impression I was left with was that your own already entered your account. I'm so confused right now. Can you explain your situation?
Laura, this is not phone talk. It is what I can explain to you face to face only if I can see you. The story is long, and I cannot begin to explain myself on phone.
Alright, I will send you the address of my office right now. Is it possible for you to arrive here within 30 minutes?
It is not possible. In fact, I can't even make it today because I'm in my village. I went back to the village when everything became dry for me. I don't even have money for transport. I guess I'm stuck in the village.
My God, is it that bad? I never knew you were in the village.
Alright, calm down Matthew, everything will be fine. Send me your account number, let me send you some money. I want to see you here tomorrow.
When Matthew sent her the account number, she transferred $100 to him. Matthew was very happy because it had been long any money entered his account. He quickly went to the ATM in his village, and cashed the money, and then came back to pack his bags, in readiness to move to the city, to see Laura in the morning. Matthew hardly slept that night, because he had been looking for a way to go back to the city without success. As soon as it was sunset, he picked his bags and disappeared from the village. By 4 p.m., he was already in the city searching for Laura. On her part, Laura took time to prepare for Matthew coming. She prepared a delicious meal for him. In fact, she did not go to the office that day, because she wanted to welcome Matthew properly. She felt so bad over what was happening to him. Somehow, she knew that the success of Matthew is tied to her own. She can only marry Daniel if Matthew married Amelia as planned. So, she felt obligated to help him out. The food she was cooking was almost ready, when Matthew called her that he was at the office waiting. Laura had bought her own car from the profits she made. Although, it was not an expensive car, but she uses it for mobility, and she had stopped using public transport. As soon as she got Matthew's call, she hopped into the car, and drove to her shop, where she picked him up.
You are really doing well. Look at your shop. You even have 5 apprentices. And you have your own car. This is really impressive.
Please let us go to the house. Stop patronizing me. Please let me go and feed you well. I have prepared a nice food for you.
Wow, I must confess, I'm impressed by your progress. You have done very well for yourself.
Thank you.
Look at your apartment. So beautifully furnished with AC. Congratulations, Laura. I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Now that you have eaten, I'm all ears. Tell me the story of what happened. Why didn't you get the money as promised?
My dear, first, I must say thank you for helping me come back to the city, and for the food. It was delicious. Look, Laura, the truth is that Amelia did not give me the money. She told me that her father froze all her bank accounts, so she was unable to make transfers.
Just like that.
Yes, just like that. And the worst was that I already resigned from my job. I had already submitted my resignation letter to her father. You know, it was her father who paid me salary. So, without any salary entering my account, I had nothing to feed myself. I almost died of hunger. I woke up one day and decided to go back to my mother. That was how I went to the village.
What about your relationship with Amelia? I thought she said she loves you. How come you were in the village, and she never cared about you? She was practically dying to marry you from what I heard from Daniel. What happened? Did you two break up?
My dear, after that dinner we had that night, Amelia changed. It was like magic. She changed within 2 weeks. She started giving me attitude, and I quickly understood that something had changed. Things became worse when she did not give me the money, and I became frustrated. She stopped picking my calls.
I'm shocked to hear this. Did you tell my boyfriend, Daniel, about this?
No, I did not. I was not allowed anywhere near that compound again. And I don't have Daniel's phone number.
But you should have called me. It was wrong for you to have gone through all these alone. My goodness, I'm shocked. If you had called, I would have told Daniel immediately. Well, now that you are here, we will go together to confront Amelia in Daniel's presence.
Is she still at Daniel's house?
Yes, because the wedding plan is still going on, just as we agreed. That is why I'm surprised at what you are telling me, because no one mentioned it to me. I was still thinking we are still on the same page, not knowing that Amelia didn't keep her part of the agreement. She betrayed us. I'm sad because she is putting the whole plan in jeopardy. Since that time, I see Daniel once in 2 weeks. But we will go to his house tomorrow. We will know what is really going on. We have talked about this, and I told you I don't want Matthew anymore. I have just realized he is not my spec. It took me a while to know you are actually the man I'm supposed to marry. Matthew was an aberration. Please, don't spoil this mood we are in right now. Why do you keep bringing up Matthew?
That wasn't the plan we had. Our plan was for you to marry Matthew, while I marry Laura. I thought I could trust you. I thought we all agreed on a plan, only for you to break all the promises you made. You promised to give money to Matthew, but you failed to fulfill the promise. You lied that your father froze your account, but I have seen you spending millions on clothing and handbags. Yet, you refused to help Matthew as we agreed. Laura is doing well, while Matthew is nowhere to be found. You even refused to give me his phone number. That's not fair, and my conscience is judging me, because I was the one who brought the idea for him to resign and leave his job. What you are doing is not good. You want to ruin Matthew's life. Now you are telling me that you love me. When did you start loving me? From the day I met you. You showed me nothing but bad attitude. You confessed to me that you love your driver, and that you wanted to marry him. I was thinking I was going to help you achieve your dream. I didn't know you had some other plans. Why are you doing this? Call Matthew and give him the money, so that we will be able to carry out our mission as planned.
My dear, the truth is that I lied to you. Yes, I know Matthew is a great guy, and a wonderful lover. But I cannot go from riches to poverty. I told you lies, and the truth is that I never intended to keep any of the promises I was making. From the day I saw you, I knew you were going to be my husband. What else is a woman looking for? Look at you. You are tall, handsome, responsible and rich. Which woman in her right senses would reject such a complete man? Am I crazy? Please Daniel, relax, let us enjoy our love, and wait for our upcoming wedding. I'm happy that the preparation is already in high gear, and nothing can stop our marriage.
What do you mean when you said you lied to me? You mean you were just in our midst as betrayer? You never intended to go through the plan with us. I think that is the height of treachery.
I know I messed up, but I had no other way of getting rid of Matthew. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. It would have been worse if I had just told him to go that I'm breaking up with him, because he is poor. That's what I should have done. But thanks goodness, you came up with a better idea, and I had to play along. The way I broke up with him after he resigned made the whole thing less painful for him. Honestly, I have you to thank for that. Now, I have you to myself without Matthew crying around me. He is gone, and please, stop reminding me of him. Let's move on and plan our glorious wedding.
You are a snake. I never knew you could do this. There is no way I'm going to marry you. I don't love you, and my decision stands.
Daniel said as he stood up and rushed into the bathroom to have a shower. Within the next 5 minutes, he came out with a piece of white towel tied around his waist. He looked very handsome, irresistible and attractive in the eyes of Amelia, who was watching him from the bed. She wanted to go closer to Daniel, but then, someone knocked on the door.
I'm coming. What, Matthew? My God, I never knew I could see you again. Where did you go to?
That's not why we are here. Why didn't he get the money as promised?
Calm down, my love. I can explain that better at your place. Please, the two of you should go back. I'm coming to your house to explain what happened in details.
I want the explanation here and now. My love, who are you talking to? Do we have visitors?
It's the new cook. She wants to know what she would prepare for us. What do you care for Amelia?
She should bring me fried chicken. What is Amelia doing in your bedroom? And you have only a towel around your waist. What is going on in that room? Tell me, I want to know what the two of you are doing in that room, because that was not our plan.
Laura was speaking with a lot of anger. It was getting to a boiling point, so Matthew stylishly dragged her away from the place, and they left the compound. Daniel was relived.
But let me ask you a question, and I want you to give me an honest answer. Were you thinking that Daniel and Amelia will stay together in the same room, without making a move on each other? I mean, both of them are young and active. Were you thinking nothing would happen between the two of them?
I'm so hungry right now. Just wait here, let me dish the food. I need to eat to think straight. I don't know what I was thinking. But I guess, I just had to hold on to something. I trusted Daniel with all my heart. I was thinking nothing would happen between him and Amelia, because he gave me his word. I mean, what is love without trust? I had to place my trust on him. But I guess I was wrong. It was a mistake to have trusted him. I never knew it would happen this way. Daniel is the only man I have been with all my life. I don't know how to love another man. My heart is broken. If I had known that I would meet Amelia in Daniel's bed, I would not have gone to his house. Only if I had known. Now, I have seen the thing I have always wished not to see. It was a terrible sight, and I feel very sad. I never knew Daniel could do this. They took time to dismantle all the beautiful plans we made. Look at how he was in the room with Amelia. But our agreement was for him to stick with me, while Amelia would stick with you. Now, the whole plan has been scattered. This is terrible, and I don't know if I will be able to take all these pain.
I might still be wrong. Maybe, I'm imagining things, but I was just being realistic. I was just saying it would be hard for Daniel to have stayed with Amelia all these while, and not have any piece of cake in the bedroom. I'm just talking as a typical man with relationship experience. Please, I want you to lower your expectations in this situation we are in. What I know is that anything could happen, because we are all humans. It is only God who makes a promise and sticks to it without breaking your heart. So, please, stop crying. It is still a win-win for you, because you are now established, and your business is doing well. So even if Daniel dumps you, you already has something to show for the years of relationship with him.
Thank you for your kind words, Matthew. It is a good thing that you are here with me today. But the truth is that it was not all about money in the first place. My love for Daniel is deep and deeper than the money his family has. I truly love him, and it was hurting to see him in the arms of another woman.
Look, it is even possible that Daniel has not broken your trust. He may well not have done nothing with Amelia. We may just be overreacting because we saw him with towel. So calm down, it is not over yet. He has promised to come here and explain himself. Let us wait for him.
Laura was leaning on him with her head on his chest. Just then, Daniel knocked at the door, and Matthew asked him to come in, because Laura could barely talk. When Daniel came in and saw Laura's head on Matthew's chest, he was hurt. He became jealous, but he decided to hide the fact that he was suspecting that something was going on between Laura and Matthew. He just went straight to explain himself to Matthew and Laura.
First of all, nothing has happened between me and Amelia. I mean, we have not done anything in the bedroom. Laura, my love, I have not broken your trust. You are still the one I love, and you are still the one I'm going to marry. Secondly, Amelia refused outrightly to release the $10,000 she promised to give Matthew. She lied that her father froze her account, because I have seen her spend millions on clothes and shoes. The bottom line is that she has confessed to me that I'm the person she wants and not Matthew. So, she has been making bedroom advances at me, but I have been resisting her. Please, Laura, you have to trust me. Nothing happened. I was just coming out of the bathroom when you people came. That was why you saw me in towel.
Even if I have to believe your story, how are you going to marry me when Amelia has gummed herself on you, and she is refusing to let go? I guess it is impossible to achieve our plan. So, there is no need for me to be crying over spilt milk. I will take it that you are dumping me.
Leave the whole thing to me. I'm taking over the whole plan. I will execute it alone, and I will still succeed. The only thing I can promise you right now is that I will end up getting married to you, and not Amelia. As for you, I will give you money from my pocket, so that you could start life afresh. I feel responsible for your misfortune. I have $5,000 for you. I want you to forget about Amelia because from the things she told me about you, it is clear that she does not love you. Please, go and build your life with this money. I'm sure you will make it and find a better woman to be your wife. Please stay with me, Laura. Stay with me, and I promise you will not regret it. Just don't worry how I'm going to do it. Leave everything to me, and I will give you a pleasant surprise.
Where have you been? Where did you go to? I have been waiting for you all these while. Why are you treating me this way? Am I not beautiful enough? Each time I come to your room, you will disappear as if I'm smelling. Why are you behaving this way? Stop this behavior, let us focus and plan our wedding.
Forgive me, my love. I was trying to sort out an issue with one of my father's cars. The mechanic delayed me. That was why I could not return early. Have you eaten?
Yes. Is this still the same Daniel? Why is he sounding so romantic towards me? Why is he being so nice? I'm so happy to hear him talk to me with this kind of soft tone. It sounds so sweet, and I hope he continues this way, because this is exactly what I have ever wanted.
I'm so sorry that I kept you waiting. I was busy fixing one of the cars so that it will be in good shape, because I want to use it this evening.
Where are you going to this evening? Is any event taking place outside the compound? What is happening that I should know about? If you are going to a party, be rest assured that I will like to be there with you. Remember, I'm your bride, and I'm supposed to be with you wherever you go.
Of course, my love. This evening is for you and I alone. That was why I took time to fix the car. I even went to the extent of washing the car myself. It is now ready for us to use.
You said this evening is for me and you. What do you mean? Where are we going? Or where are you taking me to?
I'm taking you to somewhere pleasant. It will be a surprise, but I know you will like the place. I'm assuring you that you have never been to such a place in your life. By the time we get there today, you will not want to return to this house. You will like to spend the rest of the night there. The place is so beautiful, and I can't wait to occupy a table there with you.
I'm ready to go with you. Wherever you go to, I will follow you. If you want to take me to the moon, I'm fully yours, and I will go with you, my love. I love you so much, and I love the fact that we are finally in good terms, and ready to fully embrace our ocean of endless love, and unquenchable fire of romance.
I got something nice for you,
Daniel said, as he handed Amelia a small bag containing a nice short gown.
I want you to wear that for me tonight. Go take your bathe, put it on, and we will be on our way. I will also take my bathe and prepare for the outing.
Amelia was so happy when he collected the bag and saw the gown. She wondered how Daniel was able to know her exact size. By the time she wore the dress, she looked extremely beautiful. Daniel dressed up in a dinner dress, and they were on their way to a restaurant in the town. When they got there, truly, Amelia was overwhelmed. It is actually true that she had not been to such a place in the past. They were served special Chinese noodles, which they used chopstick to eat. Daniel had mastered the use of chopstick, but Amelia struggled with it. Daniel took time to feed Amelia to the admiration of those around the restaurant.
You were so romantic. Where did you hide this level of romance in the past? You never treated me so well before now. What happened?
Because I realized that my heart is with you. You know, it takes a man a little while to take the decision of which woman to settle down with. Earlier today, I came to the conclusion that you are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and that I will like to spend the rest of my life with. This is why I'm proposing to you right now. Amelia, will you marry me?
Daniel asked, as he whipped out a ring and knelt before Amelia. Unlike the last proposal that ended disastrously, this one ended well. Amelia stretched her hand and took the ring from Daniel.
Yes, I will marry you, my love. I got a call from the United States of America today.
I hope it is good news.
I don't know if it is good news. The date for my induction into the legal profession has been rescheduled. You know, it was supposed to hold in 6 months' time. I have been told to be in the United States next week. I don't like traveling without adequate preparation. I have only 5 days to get ready for the event.
Why are you thinking twice about it? This is good news, and I absolutely love it. This will give us the opportunity to get married in the US. It has always been my dream to get married in America. I will proceed to inform my father and mother immediately. All of us already have visas. What is remaining is for us to book our flights, and we will be on our way next week. In fact, I will personally book our flights this night. Please, prepare your mind. Congratulations, my love. I'm so happy I will be getting married to a fully trained lawyer. I'm a proud man. This is the best news I have heard today. Please, give me some minutes. I need to talk to my parents about this great development.
Daniel said, as he made to leave the room. But before he opened the door, Amelia stood up from the bed and held him back. She had some questions agitating her mind, and she wants some answers.
What about Laura and Matthew? Are they going to travel with us?
Why are you mentioning Laura and Matthew? My love, you are dragging me back to my past. I'm no longer in communication with Matthew and Laura. My heart is with you now. They are not coming with us to America. Our wedding is a family affair, and Laura and Matthew are not part of our family the last time I checked. Please, wait for me in the bed. Let me break the good news to my father and mother.
All right.
Mom and Dad, I need you two to do me a huge favor.
What favor do you want, son? Just name anything you want, we will do it for you without a second thought. Do you want more money for your wedding plans? Do you want a new car? Or do you want the wedding to hold in Dubai? Just mention anything you want, and consider it done.
I don't want more money. I just got the news that Amelia will be inducted into the legal profession in the United States next week. I want the two of you to travel to America to stand by her.
Is that all?
No, Dad. I also want us to use that opportunity to get married in USA. I want us to have our court wedding over there. We can then observe our traditional and church wedding when we return to Nigeria.
Please, go ahead and book our flights. It will be our pleasure to be there to support your fiancé, and also witness your wedding in the US.
I will make the needed arrangements for the journey, Dad. Thank you very much for always being there for me.
What was their response?
They have agreed to attend.
Yes.
Please, inform your father so that he will not be taken unawares. Make sure you let him know that we are going to have our wedding in the United States. I will also visit him and convince him.
I'm so happy right now. I mean, what else can a woman ask for? I can't wait to be a lawyer, and I can't wait to be your wife. This is the dream I have had since I was a child.
Congratulations, my love. I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to see you start practicing law. Now that I'm the fiancé to a lawyer, I can go ahead and start looking for trouble. Anyone who finds my trouble would be dragged to court and put to jail by my learned wife. Heavenly Father, as I wake to a new day, I give you thanks for your unfailing love and mercies that are new every morning. Your word says in Lamentations 3:22-23, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning, great is your faithfulness. I place my day into your hands, trusting in your guidance. Like the psalmist, I bring my heart before you. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. Guide my steps, Lord, and fill me with your wisdom, so that I may walk in your will. Let your unfailing love guide my every thought and action. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Lord, strengthen me to face the challenges ahead with confidence and peace, knowing that you are with me every step of the way. Help me be a light in the world, and reflect your love to those around me. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hello.
Hire a wedding gown. Don't bother making a new one. Just hire a gown that is your size, and wait for further instructions from me. Don't tell anyone about this.
Okay.
What is keeping you so long? The airplane is about to move. Passengers are boarding right now as I speak. If you are not here by the next 10 minutes, you will end up missing the flight. Please rush and catch up with us.
She was at the airport with Daniel's parents, as well as her father, and they were traveling to the United States as planned. They were going to support Amelia on her induction ceremony. Everyone was happy, but became sad the moment they discovered that Daniel had disappeared from the airport. He had told Amelia that he was going back to pick a briefcase he forgot at home. It has been 2 hours since he left, and no one had seen him.
I'm on my way. I'm so sorry, love, but I'm stuck in traffic. I can't possibly fly to the airport. I was thinking the road was clear. I was thinking I would just rush home and pick up the briefcase and be on my way, but you see, I have been tied down by bad traffic.
If I had known, I wouldn't have allowed you to go back home under any circumstance. It was a mistake to have allowed you to go. We would have bought whatever you had in the briefcase in America. Look now, the airplane is about to move, and you are not here. Does it mean I'm going to fly alone? Does it mean we should fly to America without you? How are you going to join us?
I had to rush home. The things I have in this bag are too important to be left in Nigeria. Without this bag, the wedding will not hold, because the wedding ring and other important things are inside. How can I go to America to buy another expensive ring? The ring is more than $5,000, and that is why I said I had to rush home and pick it, to avoid double expenses when we get to the US. Please, don't worry, my love. Just board the flight without me. I will be right behind you. I will book another flight, and I will be with you in America shortly.
Please, promise me you will be right behind me. You should be in America in the next 24 hours, so that you won't miss my induction ceremony. And please, promise me this incident would not jeopardize our wedding. I'm so worried.
Stop talking like that, my love. How can our wedding be jeopardized, simply because I missed my flight? What this simply means is that we are not traveling together in the same plane. It does not mean we are not going to get married again. My love, go ahead and board the plane. I will be with you in few hours, even if it means chartering a private jet to fly me to America, I will do it.
His firm words finally reassured Amelia, and she put her phone in airplane mode and boarded the flight. Shortly after she boarded, the airplane took off. Daniel's parents and Amelia's father were already in the airplane. As soon as Daniel dialed Amelia's number again, and it was not reachable, he knew that the airplane was airborne, so he set out to execute his ultimate plan.
Hello, my love, pack up your bags and meet me at home immediately.
Okay.
Hello, love. I can see you from my window. I can't wait to have you in my arms.
My love, I can't wait to have you in my arms too. I'm so happy to be here with you, with no one else in the compound. This reunion is so nice. I don't want it to end.
Me too. And it will never end. We are getting married tomorrow.
He went to one of his bags, and brought out an engagement ring, and gave it to Laura.
Please, be my queen, I adore you with my heart.
Daniel stood up, and carefully put it in her finger. It was such a fulfilling moment for Daniel. He has dreamt of this day for a long time, and finally, he was able to do it without hindrance. Meanwhile, Daniel took her phone and snapped Laura, as she was showing off her engagement ring. Later that night, she decided to post the photo on Facebook and captioned it. I said yes to the love of my life. Be our guest tomorrow at the registry. In the morning, Amelia, who had landed in the USA, saw Laura's photo with an engagement ring on Facebook, and she knew there was fire on the mountain. She decided to skip the induction ceremony, and fly back to Nigeria without delay. Can she make it to Nigeria before Daniel weds Laura?
Matthew, are you ready?
Daniel had called Matthew the previous night, and informed him that he would serve as the best man at the wedding. Matthew was very happy, and considered it a privilege. It would be the first time he would function in that capacity at a wedding. It also made him happy, because he would get the chance to see the sadness on Amelia's face, when she realizes she couldn't stop Daniel's wedding to Laura. But he was also scared that the wedding might not hold, because she knows Amelia could be mischievous and dangerous.
Are you ready for the D-Day?
Yes, mate.
He needed a family member to stand by him on the wedding day, so he called his uncle, who readily made himself available. The only person that was not there was Laura, who was at the salon, putting finishing touches to her hairdo and makeup. But essentially, everyone was ready, and they were waiting for her to join them. It was not too long before she was driven into the compound with a limousine. The wedding party flocked into the Jeep, and they drove out of the compound, and headed to the registry for the wedding.
I can't believe everything is going smoothly as planned. I can't believe we are getting married. It is a dream come true for me. I have been dreaming of this day all my life. Thank you so much, my king, for making my dream come true. I'm so happy. I mean, today is my happiest day on earth. Look at me, an orphan, with no father or mother, but I'm about to get married to the son of a rich man. Truly, every dream is valid, and every dream is achievable.
Perhaps, one of my greatest achievements on earth, will be that I'm getting married to you. There have been a lot of oppositions, but our love overcame all of them. Ours is a story of resilience, and a belief in each other. Thank you very much, Laura, for standing with me through this journey, which was filled with a lot of difficulties.
Everything was going smoothly, but trouble started when they got to a police checkpoint.
All of you should come down.
One of the police officers shouted as if he had seen dangerous criminals that needed to be rounded up and locked up. Laura was scared, but Daniel tapped her shoulder and asked her not to be worried, that everything would be fine. Everyone in the car obeyed the policeman and stepped down immediately. Daniel walked to the police officer, with the intention of talking to him, and finding out what it was that they wanted. He was shocked that the police officer refused to listen to him.
I have an express instruction from above to have you all arrested and detained. You are not to leave this place until further instruction from the state headquarters. None of you should move. Tell the driver of that limousine to park it properly, because you are going to stay here for a long time, until investigations are concluded on the crime you have committed.
What crime are you talking about? What crime have we committed? I mean, we are just on our way to our wedding, as you must have noticed. Why are you talking about crime? I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Who do you think you are? And what made you think you can command me? I'm the officer in charge of this checkpoint, and you are not in the position to command me or to tell me how to do my job. I just told you I have express instruction to arrest all of you, and you are saying you are supposed to attend a wedding. Are you out of your mind? If you are educated, you should know how to talk to a high-ranking law enforcement officer like me. Look, be very careful with me. Else, you and your friends will have yourselves to blame.
I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying that as a law-abiding citizen, I deserve to know the crime for which I'm being arrested. I have also told you that we were on our way to our wedding. We are not carrying anything suspicious. Please, tell us what we have done wrong. At least, it is my right to know why I'm in the police net.
When you finish ranting, you will look for a place and sit down. Because you and your fiancé are going nowhere. If you move an inch, I promise you will find out the stuff I'm made of. I will show you another color of me that you have not seen.
My enemy finally caught up with me. Why will I be arrested on my wedding day? So our wedding will not hold.
Please, my love, calm down. I promise you that this wedding will hold. No one can stop us. It's a promise. Please, get into the car and allow me to handle this.
No one should enter that car. All of you should stay outside. I won't warn you again.
I'm beginning to lose it. I feel like someone is behind what is happening to us. How can the police just arrest us with no concrete reason? We have to do something immediately. If not, we will end up not getting married today.
Why not call the commissioner of police? He is your father's friend, and I think he knows you.
But what if it is my father that ordered them to arrest us so that we will not get married? You know he did not like the idea of me being your husband. Maybe because he is not in the country, he has made calls to have us arrested and detained until he returns.
I don't think it is your father. I think it is Amelia. She is a desperate woman, and you better not try a desperate woman. We have to do something fast and leave this place, if not, there will be no wedding today.
It was the first time he was speaking since they were detained at the checkpoint. Daniel stood at the back of his car, removed his phone, and dialed the number of the commissioner of police, hoping and praying that he would intervene.
Daniel, what is the problem? You don't sound all right. Are you in danger?
I'm in danger, sir. Today is my wedding, and your men have arrested me and my fiancé on our way to the wedding venue. The worst is that they have refused to tell us our offense. They are just keeping us here, and the time for the wedding is approaching. Is there anything you can do to help me out, sir? I'm running mad here. Can you help?
Give the phone to the police officer in charge at the checkpoint.
Daniel walked to the police officer and handed the phone to him, and he received it reluctantly, only when he realized his boss was the person online.
Why have you arrested a man and his bride? Tell me the whole truth, because if you lie, I will find out.
A lady named Amelia asked for our help, sir. She said we should arrest them, that the bride in question is a husband snatcher, and that she stole her man.
Release them immediately. Since when did you become a relationship counselor? In fact, use your convoy to escort them to the wedding venue, and make sure they face no more restrictions until the wedding takes place. When you come back to the command, I will have all of you detained. You may now kiss the bride.
So this was your plan.
Yes. What are you going to do about it?
Amelia was heartbroken. She started shouting, telling everyone how Daniel gave her an engagement ring, only to dump her trickishly. The policeman outside came in, and walked her out of the courtroom. It was after then that Daniel and Laura had the suspended kiss. When they came out from the courtroom, and Amelia saw Matthew, she hid her face, and wound up the windscreen of her car, because she was ashamed. She had seen that Matthew's fortunes changed, despite all she did to destroy him. Meanwhile, Daniel's father and mother had also flown back home, after they realized they were only fooled, and made to travel to the United States for nothing.
Well, I'm proud of you, son. You have done what you want, And I must say, you have my support. But let me tell you that all along, I knew your plans. I knew everything you planned, but I wanted to see how resilient you could be. I just wanted to know if you are capable of taking your own decisions. There was no way I was going to hand over my multi-million-dollar company to a child who still accepts everything his parents say. So, I wanted to know if you will be capable of handling the companies I'm about to hand over to you. You can only be a leader of men if you are able to make your own decisions and stand by them. I was aware you did not like Amelia, and I was also aware you were in love with Laura. There are some decisions you should not allow people to make for you, and I'm glad you know this, and you took action. Being able to take independent decisions without shaking makes you a true leader. I'm proud of you, and I will happily hand over all documents and my assets to you this night.
Thank you so much, Father.
And to you, Laura. There is no shame in not having money. The only shame is when you want to remain poor. No one should be comfortable with poverty. Be proud of yourself, but make sure you work hard to lift yourself out of poverty. Anyone can make money, if they work for it. I'm glad you were able to prove this because I can see you are now doing well in your fashion business. If you continue in this direction, the sky will be your starting point.
Thank you, sir.
Come everyone, it is time to celebrate the wedding. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, ma'am, for accepting me.